Hello. In the Cisco networking web training, I will be discussing about the security part now, which is very, very important. So till now we have focused on routing, of configuring routers, protocols, etc. Now this is the time for establishing security. So here we call as access control list. We also call this as ACLs. In short, we can also say list. So what is the purpose of the list? It is used to permit or deny the packets moving through the router. Permit or deny telnet access to and fro, that is the service. It's not only telnet, any service. It can be FTP or it can be any other port. Okay, or you can also have a create dial in demand, interesting traffic that triggers dialing to a remote location. That is a service. Any specific service if you want, you can allow to a particular host or a network. Okay, so the important rules which you need to understand is that packets are compared to each line to access list in a sequential order. Whatever is the packets which are coming, the router reads, and based on the list which is there, it generally allows or denies. Packets are compared with the lines of access list only until the match is made. Once match is made and acted upon, and no further comparison takes place. Okay, please remember that it acts like a firewall. An implicit deny at the end of each access list. If no matches has been made, the packet will be discarded. So if you say deny, allow others, means if the match is made, then only it will deny, otherwise allow. If you don't specify anything, the packets are discarded. So there are three type of, basically we call as two type, we can also say as a third type. Standard access list and extended access list are majorly concerned. Standard access list filter, here we have only a filter by IP address only, no service or port. Whereas in extended access list, you have the protocol also, like port number, like port service also can be used in extended access control list. We will learn about that. Named access list is nothing but same as extended or standard, which has a functionality same, but it has a name, so that we can give. So for every access list, yes, there is inbound and outbound. So packets are processed before being routed to the outbound interface, and in outbound access list, packets are routed to the outbound interface, then processed through the access list. Okay, the guidelines, these are the guidelines. Okay, some of the important guidelines, yes. Please remember, in standard access list, the way we recognize is the access list number starts from 1 to 99. In extended access list, we have from 100 to 199. This is mandate. Okay, this has been set. So rest of the other things are there. We don't really much use about that. We use only standard and extended access list. So how do we do that? Okay, let us first draw the diagram in packet tracer, and then we will also configure for standard access control list. Okay, so let me start my packet tracer. So for this, what I'm going to do, I'll take a different diagram. Okay, so I'll take up generic routers, maybe two routers which I'll take. One with a switch, one switch, and here also one switch, and maybe a system here, and maybe another system also here. Two systems I'm placing here, one system. You can design your own. So I'm just connecting to the fast Ethernet 1. This is connected to fast Ethernet 2, and the same thing. The more you practice, the more you become confident. So here I'm connecting to the router FLC. So now FA24.2, right? So this one I'm connecting to serial 2. So my basic diagram is done. So this network I will make use as 192.168 1.0. Okay, I'll make the /24. This 192.168, or maybe 172, that 16.10.0/24. this network. This is the client's end. So that's all. I will configure this as 192.168.1.1. First I'll configure the router. Okay, so conf hostname router A. Okay, enable secret line console 0 password. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. Interface FA 0 by 0, IP space address 192.168.1.1 and 255.255.0. No shut. Right. Exit. Interface serials 2 by 0. IP space address I'll give 10.1.1. Maybe 1. Okay, 1 255 255.0. I'll give that. /30 comes to 254 or 254, 255, 254 and 252. Okay, I'll leave like this. No shut. Okay, and so I can say write memory. Done. So for the end devices also, I will configure the IP address. Where is that config? I'll define my IP address 192.168.1.2/24, and of course I need to provide my gateway also. My gateway is 192.168.1.1. Same thing here also. I will 192.168.1.1. The IP address is 192.168.1.3. Okay, if you want, you can write a note here. This is 192.168.1.2, and this is 192.168.1.3. This one is 172.16.10. I'll give this one as 2 and this one as 1. 172.16.10.1. So here I have given 192.168.1.1, right? And this one, this IP is 10.1.1.2. This is 10.0.1.1.1. Okay, so now my understanding is very clear of all these things. I have configured these two interfaces. Now I need to configure router B also. So I'll go to CLI, no, en, conf, hostname, router B, enable secret star, enable secret star. Okay, interface FA 0 by 0. IP space address is 172.16.10.1, 255, 255, 255.0. No shut. Right, it's already up. So interface I have to come out. Interface serial 2/0. IP space address 10.1.1.2, 255, 255, 255.0. And okay, right. I think I didn't make no shut. So conf interface serial 2/0, no shut. Right, now it is up. And so the basic configuration is I think done. I think let me see this whether I have given IP. No, it is not set. So here the gateway is 172.16.10.1 1. The IP address is 172.16.10.2 and 255 255 00. No, 255.0. Okay, so this can ping to the gateway, this also ping to the gateway, there is no protocol. Let me save this one. First I want to do this okay, so now let me also assign the protocol so that it will be pinged easily. Conf, okay, I'll configure EIGRP, router EIGRP 10, network is 192.168.1.0, 1.0, and network 10 dot, what is that, 110, 10.1.1.0. Okay, so that's all. Write memory. This router is done. So here also I want to configure my protocol. Conf router EIGRP 10, network. What is the networks? 172.16.10.0. Okay, the other one is 110.1.1.0. Okay, so yeah, it has detected, and so IP route will define you all the dual. I mean, it has detected, yes. So the first part and the basic part is over, and now we are running with for the security. So yeah, we want to establish security. Yeah, now let us set up a security. See here, my task is there are this network B. So we want to establish some kind of list so that this fellow, I mean 1.2 should not access his resources, but 1.3 is okay. Once again, I repeat, 192.168.1.2 should not access anything, like even a ping or anything. It should not be accessed. It should be totally denied. Whereas 1.3 can be okay. So how do I do that? So here I write a list, conf access list, the number, that is the standard access list, 10, 11, 12, up to 99 you can give, no restriction. Deny, please remember the syntax, host 192.168.1.2. So I'm denying this one, access list, first part. Second part is your rule number, 10, deny, allow or deny, and the fourth is host, whether a host or a network. Okay, I'm providing the host 1.2. Okay, and then define the other things like access list 10, the rule number, allow all or allow permit any, rest all can be permitted. First deny, then allow. Right, apply this rule on this FA 0/0. Okay, IP access group 10 is the rule set, out. Done. Save these rules. So you can see show start. It will show you the configurations also which you had set. So you will have an access group of 10 out on this interface. You can see here, this is the access list which you have. These are very important. At a later lab, I'll also show you how you can take a backup of all this the tables. So now let me do. Go to the desktop. Okay, ping 172.16. What is my IP address? 10.2. 10.2. Destination unreachable. It will not allow because the out interface is not allowing. Whereas if I do from 1.3, you can see this one ping 1, what is that, 172.16.10.2. Yeah, so this is allowed. whereas 1.2 this is not allowed. This is how we configure this standard access list. Okay, so that's all about this lab. In my next lab, I'm using the same diagram with extended access control list. Okay, thank you and bye.